Hi, Brandon.
Hey, Brendan, what's up?
Not much. Just chilling. Look at how many friends we have today.
I know, right? It's an amazing group of people.
I'm
Uh,
gonna
it's,
take some.
it's really cool. We also have Liz, we have Katie, we have Brandon, and we have Cody. So now
Hmm.
we have Brendan, Brandon, and Brandon. This is going to be really confusing for me.
I love it.
But we're gonna let everyone introduce themselves. I'm just gonna say your name, then I'll let you guys introduce yourself, talk about a couple minutes about yourself. I'm just gonna go from my screen forward, so whoever that way. So Liz, you're first.
Hi, I'm Liz King. I am the creator of Liz Humor Comics. It started out as Bible comics, and as I went through the Word of God to try to encourage people to do the Bible, and then my husband got me an iPad, and then I made a DC Cop comic and a PFR comic, and then Mixtape Theology reached out to me. I got to be a part of that book, but in the process of all this, because I love CCM, I created a retirement home for aging Christian artists called Diverse City Retirement Home, and it's just how I imagine if there was a nursing home with tons of aging artists in their 90s and what it would be like. And I run it, and everything's like there are a lot of inside jokes with albums, names, culture, everything else. And I got to be a part of the book of Mixtape Theology, the Mixtape Theology. So that's I just love Christian music. It's always been a part of my life. So
That's really cool. Thanks for joining us. And it looks like Brandon disappeared. Well, I guess he's playing Invisible Man somewhere. So if someone wants to see Brandon, please let him know to come back. Uh, I mean Brandon. I'm gonna mess these names up. I'm sorry. I already told you that. Even though I know all of you guys, it happens. And Brandon just texted me saying his internet connection disconnected and he's joining in ASAP. Anyway, the next person I'll introduce is Brandon. So Brandon, you can go ahead.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me, everyone. My name is Brandon Watson. I'm actually based here in the beautiful city of Franklin, Tennessee. I am a Texas native, so that's why I'm so excited to be in Franklin. Me and my wife just moved out here about 4 weeks ago. Really just loving the area. I was born and raised in San Antonio, Texas, and was a worship pastor for about 15 years in Texas. And now I am a singer, songwriter, musician for TV and film for Sync, and I'm a professional music artist and tour and travel.
Question: were you in the process of moving when I was in Tennessee?
Yeah, I had just moved the week before you got here. Yeah. And
Cool.
then I got COVID when you were here.
Oof. I'm sorry to
Yeah.
hear that.
Yeah, I know. It was terrible.
Next person we're gonna do is Katie. So Katie, you're next.
Hello, I am Katie and I work for New Release Today. That's how I know these guys. I'm the content ambassador, so I have the coolest title, but I really feel like I do the least amount of work. Um, I get to be a part of the team and help share my love for Christian music with everybody else that I know that loves Christian music, which is pretty much everybody that I know. And locally, I work and help with a lot of festivals, and I love doing merch. That's kind of my thing. That's how I got started, volunteering in the Christian music industry to begin with. And then in 2020, when they canceled Soulfest, all of my friends were like, "Katie, you should have a festival." I was like, "It's literally COVID. We can't do that." And then they're like, "No, no, like, but you can." And I was like, Okay, fine, I will." So on the day of Soulfest, I held a private party in my friend's backyard. She has an old farm, so tons of room. Everybody was in their little pod, 6 feet apart, and the artists were on the stage, and
Mhm.
but so I had my own festival, and so I didn't call it anything, which was looking back was not a good idea because all of my friends decided to call it Katie Fest. And so now, now 4 years later, it is still Katie Fest. And this year, I'll be having it in April with Chasing the Light and Of the Lion, which I'm super excited about. They're two artists that I really love. In the past, I've had Collington a lot. I've had Ross King a couple times. So yeah, so Katie Fest and New Release Today and doing merch. My life is basically just all Christian music, which I'm okay with because I love it.
I have a new name for your festival, but I'm not gonna get into that. I have a new name for your festival.
Wait,
Brandon,
wait, wait.
Do you have any guesses why I want to name her festival?
At this point, Katie Fest is pretty iconic now.
I was gonna say
I
Butter Dish Fest.
I was gonna say I know what he's gonna say, Radin. Come on.
You should think about like Kate butter dishes as a Katie as merch items. You know what I mean?
Oh,
This-
yeah.
You're thinking big, you're thinking big. And everybody's like, why are you talking about butter dishes? Well, for our Christmas party, my first year that I worked there, the first thing we do in the Secret Santa is it asks you to like put in your age, and then it'll like suggest gifts that it thinks you will want based on your age. And it suggested my number one item was like a butter dish. And I was like, that's how old I am. I'm butter dish years old. Like the app is just like, you're so old that we don't even know what to suggest for you. You probably want a butter dish. And I was like, no, I don't. But I posted it because I was like, that's funny. And then not that year, but the following year, my person Secret Santa did get me a butter dish, so I have one now. Thank you.
It's really funny. Last Christmas, I did ask for a butter dish because
We are
And I
both
got
30
one.
years old. Yes,
yes,
I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
Well, thank you for joining us, Katie. We appreciate you being here, and it's nice to see you not in one of our staff meetings, but in like actually a Zoom
Yeah.
thing. And last, I'm going to let Cody introduce himself now. So, Cody, go ahead.
Hey guys, my name is Cody Towell. I'm originally from Ohio, but I'm living here in Nashville, Tennessee area. Moved here in July of 2022 to pursue Christian music. Started getting connected and then started releasing some of my first songs at the beginning of this year. So I have two songs out right now, Finale and Found on the Road, kind of exploring the encounter with the gospel and then the teachings of Jesus. And my mission is to genuinely connect with people and teach God's word through music. So that's kind of what I'm going forward with and just growing on this journey, trying to see God through it and helping people know Jesus by his word.
And it was really nice to hang out with you in Nashville. It was cool. We were trying to find where Matthew West
Yes.
shot his next music video. Like we kept pulling up his music video for reference, and we were just trying to find that. So,
Yes, that was so fun.
Brad, that was a fun time.
Oh yeah, definitely loved it, man. Hanging out with you, also just going through Franklin and everything. It was a blast.
Yeah, dude.
And Brandon, we already know who Brandon is, but Brandon, do you have anything you want to say before we get started?
Well, thank you for everyone for joining us. Hopefully, we're not taking up too much of your day. Like Brendan said, we're here just to do a fun conversation about Christian music, make a playlist, share some songs that matter to us, share some songs that, like Cody, Brandon, who have music out there, to hear some about your songs. Like, we're here for a fun conversation, which is a little different than what we normally do. But yeah, hope you guys are ready for it, excited like we are.
I'm going to share my screen very quick, so give me 1 second. So here is going to be our playlist. It's called Christian Music Bros and Friends. I don't know. I couldn't think of a clever idea. So you guys are now Christian
That's a
Music Bros
great
and
name.
Friends.
Love that.
It was a process. I thought long and hard about it. It took me like 3 days to come up with the name. I'm kidding.
I mean,
Mhm.
Peanut
You
Butter
have
and
to be
Jams
nosy.
is a pretty good title. So I
Yeah,
Yes,
mean,
that's what I was just about to
it might not
say.
be
I love
as
that.
good.
That is my playlist of songs I enjoy. So like I'm not a Spotify person that has a playlist for every genre. Then I have my songs I like, and then I have my subgenre. So like, oh, this is Christian music. Okay, now we're in Christian rock. So that's how it is. So I apologize. Okay. Who wants to start? Anyone have a song they want to throw in? I can't play any music, unfortunately, for copyrighted reasons. So sorry, YouTube. Anyone want to add something? I'm gonna call on people.
how much time you got?
I know. I was like, yeah,
It doesn't
just
matter how long the song is. It could be, I don't know, 20 minutes. It could be Hillsong United just singing the same chorus for like 20 minutes in a row. I don't care. It doesn't matter the song. Like,
I really like Zonte, Zaunte. I love his song Oxygen, but he has so many others that even what is it, Move in the Presence or In His Presence, which is a very amazing song, where at the end he also gives a call to know Christ. But he just came out with a new album. But I really love Zonte and his work. But I think it's called In His Presence is one of his too.
I added Oxygen because that's the one I've heard first. So I would play it for copyright reasons. Has anyone else heard the song? I haven't heard it yet. When I first heard Zonte, he was at Winter Jam. You're COVID actually, so I don't know why we keep referencing COVID, and this is really bad. I'm sorry, guys. But
It's because I
he
said I had it. That's what it was.
yes.
But
We all can blame Brandon.
the first time I
Sorry.
heard Zonte was during Winter Jam of 2020. He was just coming out. His debut album hasn't dropped yet, but I got to be on stage with him for like 2 songs, so that was pretty cool.
Oh my goodness, I would so geek out.
Nice.
But that was cool. Has anyone else heard of Zonte or anything songs you like by Zonte?
I've
Yeah,
seen him a bunch of
I've heard,
times.
yeah, I've heard him.
My favorite song by him is "I'm Sorry" though. That's my personal favorite. So, let's go because Liz just shared one. Katie, what about you? Choose the song. It can be any song and your imagination.
Well, Jervis Campbell is going to be here on Thursday, so I've been listening to him a lot, and I think my favorite song right now is "Make Your Move." It's Jay.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just listening.
Jervis. Yeah. So Jervis Campbell, he's friends with Chris Renzema, who I love Chris Renzema so much. And so yeah, so I've been listening to Jervis Campbell for a little while. I'm really, really excited to see him on Thursday. So but yeah, "Make Your Move" is my favorite. But I mean all of his songs.
Do you know what album it's on?
Usually I would just search the title of the artist and the song. You can do that, right? Like you can just
there it
add
is. I
more
found
words
it.
to your search.
I'm a pro. I found it. Don't worry. I'm
I'm
a
a pro. I found it.
Spotify pro. I put the pro in pro.
You put the pro in Spotify Pro. But yeah, so I mean, so I would say that's my first choice, just because I've been listening to him a ton, like a lot recently. Really excited to see him on Thursday.
Personally, I haven't heard of Jervis. Has anyone else heard of Jervis? Am I the only one that does not know who he is?
I haven't heard
No,
of
I've
him.
never heard of him.
Brad, and you're
He's
nodding your head.
a really good artist. Yeah, he's more like the indie folk space. He's been up and coming. That got some really solid stuff actually.
Thank you, Braden. I appreciate you.
You got it,
Okay.
Katie.
Well, thanks, Katie, for sharing that. Give me a
You're
second
okay too,
to
Brandon.
adjust this Zoom link. I'm just trying to move you guys because I can't type anything. So you guys are on my screen on like one corner of the screen. Let's go to Brandon. Do you have a song you want to add? It can be anything. It can be self-promoting so loud here, just to let you know. So if you guys have a song you want to add.
I'll leave my self-promotion songs for the end, so we can go through those later on here. There was a band that I actually was a part of for a very, very long time. All the guys pretty much stopped touring, but if you put in "Abandon," and then the guys just got together, some of the original members, and just released a song. It's the one, if you scroll down, it's that first artist right there.
Yeah, I was.
Um,
Spotify's weird.
Better. It should be Better Days. They just released it. I think they released it last year, I want to say.
I'll
It's
find it.
probably, yeah.
I'm going to type it. It might be easier. Well, that's cool. What do you like about the song? Just curious. Do you know? Like you said, you know these people.
Yeah, so I actually played in the band from like 2014 all the way up until like 2020, 2021. And all the guys basically
Is it this one right here? Sorry.
it's not, but that's a good one too. You can add that one. It's I don't know where I don't know if it released on Spotify or not. They all the original members got together and released a song called Better Days last year. And it's just a great song. It's just talking about, that there are better days ahead, and really talking about hope and faith. But the song's a vibe to listen to. But great group of guys. They've toured a lot with Newsboys, and back in the day with like in the rock space with Satellites and Sirens, and back when Building 429 was in the heyday and all that stuff. So they're all out of San Antonio, Texas as well, and involved in local church ministry as worship guys, and they're all married and having kids now and off the road, but they're a great band that's still.
Are you in this
tune
photo?
into. No, I'm not. I came in after that. Yeah.
Dang.
Those are all the original guys.
I was gonna blow it up like size like 800.
No, it's not. I'm not in that photo.
Has anyone else heard of Abandon or anything? To be honest with you, I haven't heard of these. So I'm already a lot of new music here, just sitting here.
I remember the name Abandon, but I can't remember. I know the name, but
A big song back like I want to say 2012, 2013 was the song Hero. That
Yes.
was a big song that was on Christian radio. Feel It in Your Heart was a big song on Christian
Mhm.
radio. Live It Out, and then 2014 we dropped a record, and there was a song called It Was Love. That was real big on radio also.
Very cool. Cody, you're next.
Oh goodness. Well, if I had to really like land on one, I know for the longest time, just to really look at one of the big dogs, Mercy Me and their song All of Creation. I don't know, there's something
Ooh,
about that song, it
that's
just
such a
hits,
good
you know?
song. Yeah.
It's like it's definitely one of their more popular songs, but not the
Mhm.
most popular, but it just I don't know, there's something about it. It's like, ooh yeah, that's good.
This is Yeah. This is actually a really underrated by Mercy Me. Mercy Me is my personal favorite Christian band. So this is like a
Mhm.
really underrated album from them, personally.
Yes, The Generous Mr. Lovell is one of my favorites. I love that album.
So
Mhm.
cool. Brandon, you have anything you want to say about any of these last two songs?
Yeah, I'm surprised hearing the name Abandoned because I've not heard that for like 6 years now. But yeah, I knew them back in the early 2010s. Like, I love the song Kira from them, a couple
Yeah.
others. It's awesome. I did not know the band members got back together to release something, so I
Well,
got to check that out now.
yeah, they got we brought Josh back to sing a song called Better Days. They all wrote it, and I actually wasn't on that song. They did it after I moved away and got together. Josh is now a campus pastor in San Antonio. Dave, who's the drummer, um, is now a general manager for Merit Coffee, which is all through Texas. Great coffee if y'all are in Texas. Merit Coffee is the spot to go to. And then the rest of the guys are all at local church ministries on staff.
That's real
Nice. I
cool.
love that. Definitely check
Yeah.
that out. And then Mercy Me, of course, they're amazing. They're legends for a reason. And especially,
Yeah.
I like their older stuff a lot more too, compared to, I still love their new stuff they're putting out, but it's just like the Generous Mr. Lovewell, that album, there's something about it. It's got that feel, it's got that kick that I love that one, dude.
For sure.
I agree.
Brandon, you're next.
So I've been in a little interesting Christian music place. I've been going through Christian music breakup songs actually, because there's not many of them, but there's actually a lot of really good ones that I've been listening to. One just came out Friday by a new artist called Rachel Mack. So Rachel MAC, kind of like Toby Mac, but same label too. But she released like an alternative rock song. It's about breakup, but still in that same God, you love me despite all my flaws that my exes may say. The song's called Ask My Exes, but it is an awesome song. I have an alternative rock love that is not too much you see in Christian music. It's like either hard rock or contemporary times. So I love the alternative rock. I love the message.
Mhm.
It's really good. So that'd be my pick right now.
Personally, I don't know the song, but this is like an Olivia Rodrigo type cover. I'm sorry, I'm just getting Olivia Rodrigo
It is
type
that
vibes right
vibe,
here.
dude. It is that vibe, and I'm all for it.
Anyone
Interesting
else
thing
hear this
actually
song?
about this song is Rachel Mack actually came and was a guest at a conference called Music Makers Boot Camp with Seth Mosley in Full Circle Music Studio, and I'm pretty sure they co-wrote this live, and I was there for it.
Wow, that is awesome,
So
dude.
yeah,
That's
they
very
did it
cool.
on stage, and I was helping out a little bit backstage, so I was able to kind of watch them start writing the song.
That's very cool.
That is so cool, dude. Mhm.
Anyone else know anything about Rachel Mack? This is an artist. Like, you guys are all giving me artists that I'd never heard of, and this is unexpected for me hosting this podcast. Like, I know Zanti and Mercy Me, but out of the other three, I do not know any of them. I'm gonna go ahead. Did someone say something? I'm gonna choose this song. I'm gonna do Something by Joseph O'Brien. This is Joseph O'Brien's new song. I don't know if you guys heard it, but
I
it's
think
been
you're.
really good.
I think you're talking about something greater.
Or Something Greater. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My brain's. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
I
Something
can't.
Greater, or Something Different. There we go.
Something different. Yeah.
Just something different. Like I said, we are humans. We make mistakes. I'm going to choose this song. I've been playing this song on repeat. I'm excited to see Joseph O'Brien at Winter Jam because Winter Jam's coming here in a week and a half. It's just cool to see it. And he's now on GoTo Records. So I think this is his first single on GoTo Records.
It's like his seventh actually now, but it's his
Seventh?
personal one.
Yeah, but it's been his first one in a while. And it's really good. It's a really pop vibe. And I got a lot of like Harry Style vibes from this song, honestly.
Mhm.
Nice.
Has anyone else heard the song? I don't want to play it
Might
'cause
have.
I don't want to
I
get
might have.
copyrighted. Liz, we're going back up to you.
Well, being a very old school and butter dishy, I have to go. Every playlist needs to have DC Talk on it, and most importantly, one of the most influential songs I think of all time is Jesus Freak. I mean, absolute headbang, pump up, inspirational to go out and live a life for Christ and
Mhm.
not be ashamed. DC Talk is the only band to me. I mean, 1992 was I was in high school and got they cover everything from rap. With time they changed with the times. So you have everything from like Will Smith, DJ Jazzy Def kind of sound to moving to a more to supernatural. I mean, they went to heavy metal and then supernatural, which the 2000, no, it was the 2000 or late 90s. But I think every list should include Jesus Freak. That's just the first. Anytime I'd start one, Jesus Freak. That's it.
Always a throwback. I think everyone here familiar with DC Talk.
I love DC Talk.
Of course, of course.
Of course. Brad, remember when we saw the TC Talk things in Nashville?
Right. Hmm.
That was really cool. I feel like I was at a DC Talk museum, more or less.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
it definitely-
goodness. You got to share that with me later. I need that. Oh, I know what you okay. I remember. I want to go there. Can I like hide and sneak in when everybody's sleeping and look at
It's someone's house, so I doubt you could sneak in there.
I know. Just joking.
Okay, we're back. I'm just gonna switch the order up randomly this time, so we're going back to Brandon this time.
Cool. So now I'm gonna do self-promotion and do one of my songs. If you want to look up Moment, I actually wrote that song since we've been talking about COVID so much on this interview and podcast. I wrote it during COVID, during 2020. But I didn't release it until 2 years later, and after I got married, and which was just kind of super special for me because I hadn't released anything in several years. And really the song is about just defining moments in our lives and hanging on to hope and hanging on to the encounters that we've had with Christ, with Jesus. And like COVID and things that we go through that is traumatic and it's hard to deal with and we can't process well and we don't have the words or the language to communicate it. It's going back to the basics of the gospel and the basics of when we found Christ, and how Jesus is our anchor, and he's our focus, and he's our compass. And so that's really what the whole song is about. It's just talking about different moments that we can all face, and that for me, it was just dealing with anxiety and worry and doubt and fear, and even through those things, Jesus was the center of it all, and refocusing to who he was and who he is to me. It's a great song, great vibe. Yeah, check it out.
And I definitely recommend it if you haven't checked it out. I recommend Brandon and Cody's both of their music if you haven't checked them out. So you can find them on Spotify, Apple and Music, YouTube. Maybe can I find it? You might not be able to find it on like a vinyl record, but we'll let you know.
Ooh, that's coming
day.
soon. That's coming soon. The
That's coming
vinyl's
soon.
coming soon.
Next person is Cody, so we're gonna go to Cody this time.
Sure, yeah, I'll take the open door. Appreciate it, Brandon, opening the door. I have a song called Finale. I don't know if y'all have heard it. That came out at the beginning of this year. It's actually my first song, oddly enough, ironically. But it really is just exploring the encounter with the gospel, going from experiencing things coming to an end and beginning a new life, and the most important end to beginning being new life in Christ. But then the ultimate finale we can look ahead to as believers is the return of Jesus. And so it kind of explores that whole journey, just going from the walk through daily life, becoming a believer in Christ, encountering the gospel, and then really living a life preparing for his eternal kingdom.
That's really cool. And I think me and Brandon, you could probably agree with me, but we both had it stuck in our head, and I think we played it at least 4 times when we were together.
Definitely, yes. We just kept singing that chorus back and forth. It was in our head all day, and it was good. I love that song so much still.
Appreciate that, guys.
Katie.
I'm going to do Now I'm Living by Chasing the Light. So Chasing the Light, Now I'm Living. They, like I said, are the band that is going to be playing Katie Fest. So but this song, I think since we're on this big COVID kick, this was like one of my COVID songs. It came out in January 2021, which was like when we were like, I can't do COVID again. Like I'm not gonna make it again. And this song talks a lot about like living in the freedom that Christ gives us, like, and for me that was really important because I was not ready to stay indoors for another whole season. I am an extrovert. I need to be outside. I need to be with people. So that was really hard for me. And so this song very much was like on repeat 24/7 during this time. And it's just, yeah, a really great song. I definitely recommend checking it out.
I've heard a few of their songs. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Has anyone else heard of them? Like anyone else here or familiar with them?
I was like, Brad saying yes.
Brandon, do you have anything you want to
Oh,
say?
they've got some really good stuff. I've not dived into their music too much, but like I love their music. I love their ministry that I've seen on their page and everything. There's some really solid guys who got some good stuff out.
Yeah.
Good. And then so go full circle. So Brandon, you're next.
Next one, I'm probably going to pick a song by a new artist called Grace Korak. So Grace and then Korak. And it's called Beauty in Me. It is an amazing song that I found on social media. It was blowing up. It's just such a good song. It's like a really deep one, just letting people know about their identity, about struggle. So many people struggling with, accepting that we're good enough, accepting that God's made us perfectly and wonderfully as we are, and accepting every girl, every guy that we've struggled with at some point in time. And I just love this song. It's a great comeback from the lies, saying the truth. It's doing so well on social media. It's blowing up, and I just love helping this artist get out there. I know her and her fiance. I've met them a few times, so I just love this song and what it's doing.
That's a new artist I'm listening to. I'm diving into new artists lately. Has anyone else listened to Grace or his music or know of Grace?
Yes,
Nashville
sir.
area people.
Yes, love Grace and Max. They're great. Good friends.
Yes.
They actually were both singers on Finale.
Oh, awesome! Wow.
See,
Yeah,
everything's going full circle today. Like
that's
it's
right.
just beautiful. It's a bun. So I'm gonna do some because we're talking more about like independent. We like the independent vibes. I'm gonna go to Lindy, who Brennan and I both know real well. I'm gonna choose her song "Breathe Again." If you were at Winter Jam at all this year, Lindy opened up the show, and her Swedish siblings and their music's really good. It's like Hillsong meets EDM. I feel like so. Like a song like what's the song? Like, "Awake My Soul." It's like "Awake My Soul" like EDM version. I feel like that's my opinion of it. Song. Brandon, do you have anything? Anyone else want to say anything?
That's a good analogy. Yeah, I love the band. I've known them since they first signed to Dream Records about a year ago or so, and they've released song on song that have been incredible. And Breathe Again, it wrecked me. It's like you said, it's like an electro Wake My Soul. It's worship. It's really honest. It's really like it's impacted me. It's impacted so many others. I got to teach a lot of the kids at my church to dance to the song earlier in the year, which was really fun doing as well. I love Lindy and this song especially. And hearing it at Winter Jam was breathtaking.
And definitely check them out. We also had a podcast episode with them, so you can check that out in the past. I think that was like 6 months ago, right before they were announcing on Winter Jam, but you can check it out. Also check out Liz's comics. You can see her comics online, Liz Humor Comics, so you can check that out as well. I don't know. You could go check out Katie Fest. I guess it's for Katie, so you can go to Katie Fest. Run a party bus or something and go to Katie Fest or something.
Yes, come visit me.
I love that.
We're gonna do a rapid fire round. Song that a radio hit, like a hit single on a radio song. Brandon, you start.
Oh man.
I want to just do like one.
Is
song ever.
this bad that I only listen to Christian radio to see what's being played?
Yes.
So okay,
No.
well,
Okay. No judge. No judge.
I'm a streaming guy. You know what I mean? So
Well, streaming's okay too. So like if you know like there's a song that was popular that you'll enjoy, that fits in this mold.
I literally was gonna bring up Mark Barlow. Have you heard of Mark Barlow? but I know he probably doesn't have any radio hits, but he has so much good stuff, and he does so many collaborations with like different worship communities, and um, I listen to everything. Like, um, Open Up the Heavens is a good one. Hymns and Soul is a great album. The whole album is just incredible. Um, of course, if I would pick a song that's on radio right now would be Gratitude by Brandon Lake. Um, that's just an incredible song to listen to worship to.
Mhm.
And also for to play like in a congregational setting. Like it's just a great song to lead, and it's one of my favorites since it's been released.
And I think it's one of like the top songs. Like in the last 10 years, I think it's like one of the top songs that way.
Yeah, it's the new He Loves Us.
Exactly. It's the gratitude for this generation, Gen Z or whatever it is.
Right.
Or I mean, how he loves us for Gen Z, not gratitude.
Sloppy wet kiss, you know.
We'll go to Cody this time.
All right. Christian music OGs that have been sentimental my whole life, Casting Crowns, and I think their song East to West is one of their best.
Good song. Good song. I'm kind of loaded. Oh, look, have you listened to the one with Ben Fuller? I know this is a little segue, not the one he chose, but
I
that whole
have, yeah, I thought he did really well.
that whole album is pretty good. It kind of amazed me with some of the people they had on that album too, like from start to
Right.
finish.
I had mixed opinions. Yeah, some of them I'm like, oh, maybe not.
Exactly.
But some of them no. I really like Torrin Wells' rendition of Life Song.
hmm
That
And
one I really liked.
has anyone else listened to this album like in here?
Which one? Sorry.
The Casting Crowns 20th anniversary album.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yes, I
It's a
have.
really I recommend listening to it. There's some really good covers in there. I think one of my favorites was "Oh My Soul" of Katie Nicole and David Leonard. That was one of my personal favorites off this album. Brad, what was your favorite?
Probably "Praise You in the Storm" featuring Phil
Oh,
Wickham.
yes.
That was breathtaking. I love those guys, and they literally blew it out of the water.
Brandon, you listened. You said, do you have a song you like from the album?
What's that?
Do you have a song you like from the album?
Oh, dude, I was gonna pick the same one with Phil Wickham, but everything's good on the record though. That's the
Exactly.
thing. It's like everything's super good on that record. I'm surprised we didn't say anything from Phil Wickham on here too.
There's still other
Because
people.
he's so good.
There's still other people because I might have had a Phil Wickham song prepared. So, and Cody actually has a story about Phil Wickham, but I don't know if we want to get into that for the sake of time. But Cody, it's up to you.
Well, just in short, I was essentially in the Essential Worship live recordings right behind Phil Wickham, helping perform in a young adult choir. So it was
Nice.
really cool. If you look up "This Is Our God" or some of his other new songs, I believe, and then "Praise the Lord" by Essential Worship, the live recordings. Got to hang out with Phil.
Very cool. And we actually found you in the music video. We went to watch it after you said that. We were just looking to see if we could find you, and we did. Katie, did you listen to this album at all?
Oh yeah, and I was gonna pick the one that you guys picked because Ben Fuller is just like, I mean, I love him. I've known him since he switched to Christian music because he lives up here, so or from up here. So yeah, definitely the one with Ben Fuller because I love him. But they're all really good.
Awesome. Liz, it's your turn to pick a song.
Well, I got just a few, if that's okay. Just a few, but they're mainly unknown. But this one is coming. I really like Forrest Frank, and he, I believe his name is Hulvey, I believe, and No Longer Bound, but also Forrest Frank's Lift My Hands. I have that on my praise and worship list every day. But Forrest Frank, I like No Longer Bound and Lift My Hands is really good. But here are just probably three. There's an artist called Jasmine Murray. She actually lives in Tennessee or
Mhm.
Nashville, and her song "Into Words" is an amazing, amazing song that is just amazing. A girl named Gayle Dodd, GAYLEDODD, a song called "Garden of My Heart" is a
I'll add that
very
one to in a minute.
that's fine. And I mean, and then there's just two others. But her song is just very, I don't know how I would classify it.
So
It's
Gail Dodd.
Gayle Dodd, Gayle. And it's just really makes you examine your heart. And I really love just, it's very calming and soothing.
Mhm.
And I don't know if she is on that, but she is on Apple Music. And then the song by Josiah Queen called I Am Barabbas is deep. I mean,
Mm.
oh wow. If you just have to listen to it and just sit and listen to it in the quiet. And the last one is I believe is Henrik, Henric, and called Real Love.
Thanks.
Real Love.
Is it this one right? One of these ones?
Yeah, that one. And the top one, that one. And then he teams up with a guy named Gio and Gio, and they were really good artists too. So
Mhm.
but I really like seeing these young kids because in the 90s, they helped you with your faith. God speaks to me through music, and there are times when it's just you feel hopeless, and then you listen to a song, and God will just speak directly to it's not your mind, it's your soul, and it to see the younger generation now being on fire for God and the things that He's showing them is still is it encouraging to me, who's of the older generation, because it's all to glorify God, and we're not perfect. We're just forgiven.
Mhm.
And I really, really enjoy some of these. So I just went those out because a lot of them are no name, but I love them.
Cool. And Forrest Frank is really talented. I think he was in Surfaces, if I'm not mistaken, was his band he was in. Braden, rapid fire very quick.
Rapid fire. Okay. I'm gonna pick Awesome God and God Only Knows Melody from the movie A Week Away. I don't know if
I
anyone's seen
love that. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. It's mind blowing. It's just gorgeous.
Is it this
It's
first one
amazing.
right here?
Yes.
Mhm.
I have
Yep,
not
that's it.
seen this movie, to be honest with you. Is it any good?
It is awesome. It's got all the oldies, Stephen Curtis Chapman, Amy Grant's in it, and they put it into a High School Musical type thing. And I'm like, dude, it's so amazing. It's good. I just geek out. Sorry.
I love it. Yes, my siblings and I, when it came out, bringing back COVID because for some reason, but the movie came out during that time. My siblings and I, this is one of the movies that got me into dance because I love High School Musical. I love musical. I've just seen it done in a
Mhm.
Christian way that it's a little cheesy,
Mhm.
but it still holds up
It's
enough that
amazing.
I love it passionately. And this song right here, they take a moment from all the gags and lightheartedness just to go into a really deep moment, and it's beautiful. This song's impacted my siblings and I. It's just so incredible. And the entire movie, if you guys haven't seen A Week Away, would very much recommend it. If you love musicals or high school teenage movies, like this is my guilty pleasure that I love. And it's got Kevin Quinn, who's a capital CMG artist now and actor, along with cameos from Amy Grant, Stephen Curtis Chapman. It is really good.
So is this like the Christian version of Camp Rock?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
pretty
I might
much.
have to watch this. I know what the movie is. I just have never seen it, to be honest with you. To end this off, I was gonna do Phil Wickham. I decided to do Plans by David Leonard. I think David Leonard's a great upcoming Christian singer, songwriter. He's about to go on tour with Mercy Me. Brad and I actually had the chance to see him and meet him at Acoustic Storytime with Jason Gray and everything. So that was really cool in general. So, and like I think he's like an upcoming Phil Wickham, Chris Tomlin type. He was actually in Need to Breathe. I found that out. Did anyone else know he
I
was in
love
Need to Breathe?
Breathe. Oh,
Oh,
my
wow,
goodness.
that's
My
cool.
favorite. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess I didn't find that out until like we saw him live that he was in Need to Breathe. So it was just really cool to see. But I think David Leonard's a really good face of Christian music. Again, thank you guys for joining us. I know we went a little over the 30 minutes we promised you guys, so I apologize for keeping you hostage or whatever.
It was worth
But
it.
That was great.
It was good.
for this playlist, I'm gonna drop it in the link of our description of the video. You guys can feel free to like, follow. We'll also drop this video so you can share, listen to the podcast, and make the playlist, listen to the new songs. And I'm sorry that you didn't get to hear these songs. They're really great. Trust us. Copyright reasons. Brad, do you have anything you want to say before?
yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. And remember, check out everyone on here. Check out Liz's comics, Katie Fest. Check out Brandon and Cody's music. We know all these guys. We know their music. We know their festivals. We know their page, what they do. They are awesome. These people, they love Jesus. They love music. And if you're looking for some new stuff or just some things to, entertain you for a second, check them out. They're definitely worth it.
And we want to say thank you for joining us this week, and we'll see you guys next time on the Christian Music Bros podcast. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe if you like hearing what you're listening to. Take care, everybody.